Once in a generation, there comes a game that redefines the industry. It boasts a narrative that shows that video games are a true art form. Every moment of gameplay helps weave your consciousness into the world. The graphics so immaculate that your brain forgets what reality is. They bring in voice actors that can manipulate your emotions so skillfully that you feel that these characters are your loved ones, causing you to neglect your loved ones in real life. Maybe you forgot to visit Nana in the nursing home. Maybe you forgot the anniversary of your marriage and your wife is furious with you. Maybe you forgot to feed and water your children. I don't have children, I just assume you have to feed and water them. I digress though. These games transcend gaming altogether and merge with the world's cultural zeitgeist to become pop culture phenomena. We've seen this happen many times throughout the history of gaming. This game is not one of those games. But that doesn't mean it can't be fun. Shotgun Cop Man was developed by Deadtoast Entertainment and published by Devolver Digital. Shotgun Cop Man is essentially what Mario Brothers would have been had it been made in modern times, what with, the guns and the violence. It is a callback to 2D platformers of the olden days. It's a hard game for a middle-aged man to try and play. My brain just doesn't have the free space that it did when I was a kid. I used to be good at these old platformers. Nowadays, if you had told me you'd pay me $1 million to beat Super Mario Brothers, I would not be able to do it. It took me way longer to make it through this game than I'm comfortable with disclosing. The story is relatively simple. You play as a man named Shotgun Cop Man, which is the most aptronymic sounding shit I've ever heard. Even more so than John Activision, founder and CEO of Activision. Shotgun Cop Man is literally his job description, and his name. The game begins 5 years prior to the story, where you will experience SCM's origin story, where he attends Shotgun Division boot camp. You then jump to modern day, where he proudly proclaims, "Shotgun Cop Man is I, justice or die." You then begin his adventure down into the 9 levels of hell with one objective: arrest Satan. You are then met by Satan right at the onset of his journey, where he attempts to arrest the Dark Lord, only for Satan to say his biblically accurate catchphrase, "Fuck you, Shotgun Cop Man." I believe Satan says that in Revelation 12:9 as God is casting him down into hell. He then flips SCM off and runs away, starting the chase. So now we get into the heart of the game. You must give chase to Satan and use your trusty shotgun and pistol to fight through hordes of demonic minions and traverse dangerous obstacles. As far as obstacles go, all of the platformer staples are here. You've got spikes, spinning saw blades, energy ball launchers, bombs, and moving crushing platforms. A whole lot of death lasers as well that you must navigate around. There are a variety of enemies to deal with as well. You are constantly shot at and accosted by little impish creatures, some of whom fly while others are grounded. There are also hooded robed figures that shoot a larger number of projectiles at you. We also can't forget the living flying saw blade entities with eyeballs that try to run into you and are very hard to avoid as they move super fast. At certain points in the game, you'll come across missile launchers that shoot homing missiles after you. These are easily dealt with, but if you add a bunch of other hazards on top of them, it becomes a nightmare. At the end of each of the 9 circles of hell, you will run into a mini-boss. For some evil reason, they started with the hardest mini-boss first. Each of the mini-bosses are named Angry Something or Another. A perfect example of this naming convention is Angry Butt, seen here letting the anger blast from his butt. The gameplay was fun and challenging. When you really get into the groove of killing enemies, you will feel like John Wick disguised as Mr. Clean. You use your shotgun as your means of jumping in this game. Your pistol is what you use to kill enemies. It took me a long time to realize this. I went through pretty much the entire first level of hell trying to kill everything with my jumping shotgun. There are various other weapons that you can pick up that take the place of your pistol. There are shotguns, which can blast further than the main shotgun that you use for jumping, machine guns, grenade launchers, and even sniper rifles. There's even some sort of gun that ricochets and hits all of the enemies. If you get hit while you have any of these weapons, you lose them and revert back to your default pistol. You can also create your own level designs that you can torture yourself or your friends with. Think of it like Super Mario Maker. So there's some replayability for sure. Shotgun Cop Man is a fun little game. It's a practice in efficiency. It didn't take a lot to make this game. The story's simple, the gameplay is straightforward, the music is pretty much just one repetitive beat, but it all comes together to make a fun little distraction of a game. While it may not have changed the medium like The Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima or Alan Wake 2, it's entertaining and just nuanced enough to find an audience. I give Shotgun Cop Man an 8 out of 10. It's great. For Hardwired, I've been Levi Barner. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to see more just like it in addition to gaming news and other content. Thanks for watching.